So, hello, hello. Our mics should be on. Let's greet you all with our beautiful faces. Is desktop audio not working? Desktop audio isn't capturing. Well, that's not good. I should turn my phone off too before we get too unprofessional. Is my mic going through on the stream? My mic's going through, but not the rest of desktop audio. Well, let's fix that. How about now? Say something, Dylan. Yep, that's not it. What about now? Try it again. That's not working either. There we go. I think this might be it.
Okay, so now I'm talking again.
Yeah. Sorry about that spike. Let's see.
I'm listening. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yes, Jake, she is very tall. I don't know if we'll show her. I don't know where we're at in this game. Matt's playing. We're on his
We are
save.
still in the mansion.
The mobile Twitch app sucks. Yes, it does. Yep, because you can't block them ads.
Mm-hmm.
Um, cool. I'm glad everybody can hear me. Brother Pickles, what's up? Hello, Tulance. Hello, Toaster. Hello, Cauton Labaugiste. Hello, Squishbuff Dave.
So
Welcome to the
what the hell
stream.
was I doing?
Sasquatch, of course.
Place all the angel mass.
We're playing Resident Evil Village, which this took way too long, but did you notice the village is 8?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Did you not?
I didn't notice it until I sat down to play the game myself. And then I realized, and I was like, oh, that's clever. Mask of Rage. So can you give me a little bit of background as to what's going on here?
Yeah, so we met all of our primary antagonists, and now we are trying to fix our audio because it looks like you guys are getting the audio capture, but I am not in my headphones. So I'm gonna throw us on a BRB screen. I'm gonna try to fix this while I chat about it. So what's going on in the game? We met all the antagonists. We are trying to go through some kind of trial. They're preparing us for something, and they're just like tormenting us. It seems just like to test our what's the word I'm looking for? Ability? Metal. Yes, that is actually much more apt. So why am I not getting audio? And I escaped the first trap. I'm in the mansion. That is one of the main antagonists' dungeon. Go ahead and say something, Dylan. Let's see. Well, I don't know why I'm not getting game audio. If anyone knows OBS better than I do, that'd be sweet. Well, right, and it seems like it just cut out my regular audio. I'm gonna try getting rid of my Bluetooth headphones. That might be it. Everyone, bear with me another moment. Yep, let's see. Got that nice foley of me dropping my headphones and flipping the case closed.
So we're gonna talk about
talking about today, hopefully, is I want to get Matt to talk a little bit about these antagonists and how they reflect on the protagonist. Because as we all know, or as I've been trying to talk about on these streams, that every character is a reflection of the protagonist, right? So, how are these reflecting the protagonist back of the story, right? They're so good. The loading messages are so good, Toaster. Caffeinating, experiencing interiority. What's the next one? Oh, experiencing interiority. Exercising Deus Ex Machina. Fantastic, of course. Rendering the ordinary world. We should have a transposing to special world.
I think we're working. Go ahead and say hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. I've been talking the whole time.
I think it might have been muted for the stream.
Oh, I thought
But
that
can
the
you all
BRB
hear me?
stream. Are we back?
I think so.
Well, now our webcams are gone.
Ah! I know why. I've got Discord minimized. Dude, it's like we've been doing this for long enough. I should know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But no.
I see video. I hear the people talking. Excellent. That sucks. I had this like whole thing, this whole speech I was going on.
Yeah.
I talked about our plan, like what we're
Yeah.
gonna do today. Now I gotta
Yeah.
say it all again.
I
Technology is
apologize.
hard.
Everyone look at my Steam for a second while I try to close whatever's slowing my computer down. Oh, it's Epic. That shouldn't be open. That's completely unnecessary. So is the
Damn,
Logitech
why is Epic
Hub.
open?
No, for real though. I'm also
Damn
gonna shut
Fortnite.
down Wallpaper Engine. So that's making things laggy.
Oh, you did hear me? Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so today, hopefully, we're going to talk a little bit about these antagonists, or at least the first antagonist, because I'm
Sweet.
assuming that this dungeon is tied to an antagonist, yes?
Yes, Lady Dimitro. And I've got
Dimitrescu.
game audio now, which,
Dimitrescu.
Dimitris, whatever. it's
you
like
gone on the internet?
the internet, the audio in other games has been less important than it is in Resident Evil. Lots of audio sound cues, great use of spatial audio. So I really wanted that to get working. So now we're at 4:15. Stream is officially starting.
That's fine. We can go a little bit long today. It's fine.
Perfect. Okay. So, I've got my mission objective to escape the castle. I've gone through and tangled with the agents, we'll call them, of this antagonist. All the red zones have some sort of hidden collectible left, but this being my first playthrough, I'm not stressed out. I got the secret chamber. I'm not too worried about getting every single hidden collectible and treasure. I already have more money than I know what to do with right now, and completely bought out the shop.
Giant. I mean, this house is crazy.
It is.
The layout is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, there's a good amount of floors. It feels logical in its construction, but
That feels logical to you?
it does when you're running through it. The way rooms are connected,
I
the
mean, from a
secret
game
doors.
standpoint, sure, but from a house standpoint?
Oh no,
I don't
absolutely
think so.
not from a house
I don't think so.
standpoint.
Which is good. No, that's a good thing. And the reason why it's a good thing is because that means that we're definitely not. We're in the world of story, right? Where things don't need to make sense from a real world perspective. This is a point I will always try to make: is that your story worlds do not need to make sense to the real world.
Well, and right,
No.
it's like you're only able to access the important parts of this space that are relevant to the story that's being told. This is not the first coffin we've encountered in this dungeon, in this mansion.
Things are weird. That things are weird, which is sensible for the narrative. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yep, totally. I just want everybody to keep that in mind as they go about making stories. They do not need to make logical sense. As long as they flow well, as long as the pacing is good, and they're written in good scene structure.
God, the number of hits that Ethan takes, it's completely absurd.
Oh, I'd say that never bothered. Oh, hello. She's not that tall. Okay, she's a little bit tall.
Oh, here it is. If you didn't think that the giant lady was going to turn into some kind of hideous monstrosity, you've clearly never played a Resident Evil before.
I think I'm going to close my eyes. No, it's fine. A good story, a well-written story can't be spoiled. I also would like to put out that strange opinion.
That's a cool, like, chimera looking creature.
So I'm assuming that she's quite arrogant.
Yes, very much so. There was a nice scene where you, and I'm actually going to rebalance my audio. This is the last time, I swear, so that Dylan comes up a little bit above this fight. Yes, so chill for 1 second. I don't know, but we're going to make sure that you're not, because our conversations are very important, aren't they? Right. Right. So let's... It is. I know, cutting off right before the tension, right before the climax, right before the fight gets started. Okay. Do. Let's just bring down Resident Evil a bit. Hey, my gameplay isn't incompetent. You haven't seen my gameplay yet.
I mean...
Okay, here we go. Am I going down or am I going up? I guess I'm going up. I feel like bullets aren't going to do anything. Okay.
Very likely not, no.
And so, you know, this really is very Resident Evil-y with a lot of things. So first off, level design, it gave me shotgun, handgun, and sniper ammo. But... I'm looking for puzzly cues, right? Every Resident Evil boss for most of this series is also usually an environmental puzzle.
Yeah.
So I've got to figure out... I mean, unless I just shoot her in the face, but that would be a little... That would be a little anticlimactic. Maybe I just have to shoot the little...
What face? Not really a face.
Well, it's up there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll reload while I run away.
Too late for regrets. I'm gonna be tracking that.
Where are you? Now I have a sniper. It's not in my quick inventory. There we go.
You murdered her daughter?
I did. I murdered her daughters. It was really nice. It was a nice piece of non-linear storytelling where you could really take them on. Except for the first one, you could take the other two on in whatever order you wanted, depending on how you kind of revealed the mansion. I was stuck for a minute because I skipped a whole chunk on accident. Shit. keep running.
Something tells me this giant nightmare dragon that's the size of a bus is not going to be phased by a few teeny pellets. Very likely not.
Yeah. We shall see, because I'm shooting the lady portion of this monster. And,
which seems like a good idea.
Right. She seems to be reacting in pain. The nice gimmick for her daughters, and I don't know how she got like this, but the gimmick for her daughters was that they were damaged by cold air, so you're always looking for a way to blow open or open a window before they could be properly damaged. Shit. Stop moving so much.
This is a very well designed monster. It's just animated super prettily.
I agree. Shit.
Proceeds to hand wave. Matter.
Where'd she go?
Bats, butterflies, bees.
They were flies for their daughter, but those almost looked like, well, I assume they were flies as well. That makes no sense. Is that it? No, that's not it. I really hope I'm doing the right thing by shooting her, because if not, I'm wasting a lot of ammo and not getting any progress. Yeah, I gotta be doing it right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were. I'm like using all of my might here to try and identify what the narrative significance of this fight is, and I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is some.
I want to see how it ends, because she just attacked me and we're having a fight up this tower. So far, that's just it.
Yeah, but there's stuff to unpack there, like.
And I'm not.
Above the castle.
She's above the castle. She's flying. You met some flying enemies at the end, so there's kind of a narrative escalation, or a stakes escalation in what characters you're fighting. Because flying enemies were not only a surprise, but a challenge escalation at the end of this area.
I'm purely talking narrative here, like objective relative. Like, why are you fighting above the castle? Why does she view herself above the castle?
She does think she. That's very true. She does think she's better than the other bosses. That is something that happened. I need to heal. And I'm forgetting my keyboard shortcut for that. So, here we go. And yes, you do heal by just pouring goo on your hand. That heals you from getting impaled, from getting bitten by a giant monster.
It doesn't matter, I told you.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I promise. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so the fight with her takes place at the T-Big Tower. Makes sense. I also think it's interesting because, I mean, based on what everybody says, she's very beautiful, right? But,
right. And this is her true form.
Yeah, so she's very ugly underneath, but she's still above the castle.
She can fly. She's a beast. She's a dog. Hunter. I don't know. And here at the end, we're falling all the way back to the basement.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
There's some narrative significance to this. So this is probably some form of signifier that her ego has been challenged pretty significantly.
Right.
If she's not dead, yeah, she's not. Okay, so.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this is it.
Oh, she's dead. Okay. Well, I thought it was interesting that they gave her that one last line.
Mhm.
Because, like, the one last line is pretty important from a narrative perspective. Like, if she had said something more positive, she probably wouldn't have died. But she said, "I curse you," which means that she failed her test. She failed her
Yes.
character test, right? So she has to die. She failed her fatal flaw. She failed to overcome it.
Mm-hmm. Which was, you know, let's be honest, we're meeting these 4 primary antagonists. She's vain. She's the first one you kill, which you know, right? In kind of like a meta sense, right? But she
Yeah.
thinks she's the most important the of the 4, and she's obsessed at being recognized for that.
That's pretty significantly. That is a pretty significant point. So what I said at the top of the stream was we're going to try and, or I am going to try and figure out how to link these characters because I know from writerly education
Mm-hmm.
that antagonists are simply reflections of protagonists, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are the antithesis. They're the antithesis to the thesis of the protagonist.
And before we
So-
get too far into that, I want to blow that up outside of Ethan to be Ethan and his family. So let's look at a
Why
slightly
do you want to
larger
blow it up
lens.
to be Ethan and his family?
Because his wife is more of a character than he is. And
But she's dead.
but she's dead. Yeah, I
She
suppose.
dies like really. She's like literally the inciting incident.
But
Yeah,
Lady
she's-
Dimitro, her daughters and whatnot, and you've got mothers versus fathers. So far, there aren't any fathers in the game
Well,
besides Ethan.
I'm gonna go back to the first scene
Yeah.
where it looked to me like Ethan was trying to be more motherly than the mother, right? Like
Sure.
he challenges her on her little story that she reads to the baby, saying
Yeah.
that it's far too graphic and violent, right?
Yeah.
And then the baby experiences the most violent thing in its life.
Right.
In real life.
Right.
So I don't know. I still think that this is firmly grounded. I think Ethan gets a bad rep. I don't think he's as bad
Yeah.
of a protagonist as people are making him out to be. I think that he's just a little more blank slate than people wanted.
Yeah.
But I absolutely think that vanity is within his character because he thinks he knows better than his wife in like literally the first 15 seconds of the story.
Sure.
Now, that might be true, but
Hey, it worked.
but I definitely think that that Lady Dimitro
Mm-hmm.
is a reflection of Ethan's vanity.
Will this work? No.
My stream is froze. Oh,
Your stream is frozen. Oh god.
It's my internet. It's
Okay. Yes, that was a safe room, but why does it say there's still an object in here? Why does it say there's still something to do in here? Haha! There we go. You know, my hotkeys got unbound. My PC is just a goddamn mess. I tried to clean everything up. I tried to spruce up my system, and everything gets screwed up.
Just clean the functionality right out of it.
Honestly. Hey, it's a lizard? Can I? You can! Ho-ho! Get back here.
I think I'm pretty far. One second, I'm very harsh.
Got one. Come on. Neat. This is where we came in. Am I backwards?
I don't know. I refreshed.
You back with us, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm back. I
Good deal.
think you came from this way.
Well, I'm
Oh,
getting
wait.
an audio cue now.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was wrong.
Ooh, is it the, It's a friend. Well, friend. We don't know yet. She hasn't been openly antagonistic.
It would make sense to link
I
you back
assume
up
she's
with,
giving
ally.
clairvoyant meta commentary about what the later plot will be.
And she's just like a cipher character, right? Like,
Mm-hmm. She's the shaman connected to the main protagonist that the others serve under.
Sick medieval shit is this? She's just a baby.
Rests of the four bloodlines made open.
Will you please stop talking in riddles? I just want to find my daughter. Wait a second. That was familiar.
not talking in riddles.
Hey, wait!
She's being very clear.
Yeah, right. So,
She's like, you have to stop the four bloodlines.
right here's one that we just finished. That was her symbol. They also correspond to the storybook, the iron horse, the fish. I assume this was the bat, and what else was there? What was the fourth one? Yeah, I can't remember.
Is that the like the classic Resident Evil symbol at the top and bottom? The red umbrella or whatever. It's called?
That's straight up Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right. Oops. We solved it.
It's funny.
Okay, so now looking back in our inventory. So we just got the wing key. This is the iron insignia. This unlocked a secret room. This is her key that had her crest. We just got the dirty flask, which I like that you can examine objects. This is clearly some kind of Umbrella Corp shit. Like, that's evil bioweapon labeling if I've ever seen it.
Probably.
Plus her logo, so you know, there's that. And I assume this is all Mother Miranda stuff. Okay. Got more shrines. More shrines. Nothing for me here. Oh, so the wing key opens doors with this symbol, which we have encountered a few times, but haven't been able to pass. And now, if we're looking for narrative significance, this might be a stretch, but you get the wing key from the witch, who has, you know, a bit of a raven motif. As we entered the village, there were those dead ravens hanging,
Yeah.
and we got it after killing a flying enemy.
Interesting.
Now, I've been playing this game enough that I'm fully intending these spikes to... they didn't fall and horribly impale me. Fantastic. Oh, cool. 1, 2, 3, and... Oh, wow. 3 and 4. And again, that's 1000% the Umbrella Corp logo. Dirty flask? No, this pattern looks really familiar. I bet it does, buddy. Yep. No, it doesn't look like I can do anything with that.
Probably not. You probably get some grand object. This looks like a later in the game type thing.
Right.
I mean, you're at the center
Cemetery
of the
site.
Four houses. It seems kind of unlikely that you do anything without defeating the four houses.
Right, right.
And I'm imagining that you're either going back to the hub world, or you're going straight into the next?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going straight into the next one, that it doesn't spin off the hub. I know at some point I'm gonna be able to backtrack because there's objects I haven't been able
Yeah.
to engage with. Okay, so visual storytelling with all the arrows means I'm taking out my sniper and I'm being real careful, and I find this guy here.
Did you see the dude that's chilling on top of the thing?
Yeah, let's get you.
Because I'm a little bit behind, so.
Yeah. And there comes another one with a hammer. Okay, but... Excuse me. Are you good? I think he's good. Alright. Now to get across there, I don't think I can go from this bridge. There must be another way down. Okay. Guy with a torch, that's fun. Should be able to shoot it out of his hand, and yeah, there we go. Well, Dylan, while I am being engrossed with gameplay here, do you want to talk about environmental storytelling that's going on here, what your predictions are?
Yeah, I'm kind of taking in the visual details right now to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite sure that you're heading straight to the next.
You think there's
boss.
some
I
kind
kinda
of something in between?
Yeah, because it seems like it would be weird if you'd have to go back through one of the bosses to get to the what seems to be an incredibly special location.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to predict at the moment, but it looks like you're kind of unlocking something. Like you got to probably put that bridge down.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't have any way to... It looks like at some point you're going to get a crank, because there's all sorts of fountains and wells and stuff. And there's this
right.
bridge here.
Yeah, you
And
probably
maybe I straight up will get on that boat and go down the river. I know one of the enemies is essentially some kind of horrid fish man. So, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah,
I
it's
hear
possible.
monsters. Hey, buddy. What you doing there?
Not entirely sure how to interpret the Beastmen. I mean, I guess I can kind of see it, but
So there was
Do
a
we know?
critical cutscene. We don't know their origin, but we know who they serve. So they are serving or creatures something of one of the
The houses.
antagonists. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I
Is it
should
the
just
one that
refer
you
to them as
see at the
houses now.
beginning, like the giant dude.
The giant dude. That's just a dude. But yeah, they all
that's
serve the
just a dude.
same. Yeah. Yep. So now let's check out over here. I'm always very methodical playing open world games, and especially Resident Evil, searching for all the little bits of craftables and equipment. Any extra bullets they toss your way are indispensable. Okay. So now, door is closed. Oh, door is not. Door is closed? Door is not closed. Okay.
That's the church, right? So this does lead
Yeah.
back to the hub world? Okay.
It must. Trying to see if there's any big details they gave us that kind of show, but it doesn't look like it.
Well, now we know that you have to go to the whatever door is marked with the wings.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's true. Okay, so looking back at the map, what do we got?
Didn't they all leave after the bell tolled? Yeah, they
It's
did.
the vineyard. That's the church, the graveyard. Ah, so this is where we started from. This whole path up here. So we went through there. That's that old well. This is a lock. Save point is over there. Iron insignia. I can get through there now. And there's a well in the church as well as a save point. There's a lock there. So I probably have to go around the long way. So I'm going to try going left and straight, but if that doesn't work, I need to go to the right, and my destination is the iron insignia over there. So let's... Cutscene.
There you are. I had a feeling.
Okay. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's so.
That's funny. I'm almost there. Oh,
The Duke is a good force of chaos.
Why, you have your daughter right in your own hands.
What are you saying?
Come closer.
Um,
That flask seems to contain her hair.
that's too small. That doesn't make sense.
Roses.
Don't say another word. This is
I'm
impossible.
calling bullshit on that.
This just can't be.
Right.
Your daughter's essence is still intact. Her powers are true.
That's just a weird. That's a weird way to treat the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Who could even do this?
She can be saved.
She can be saved.
From this? Are you insane?
There's a house with a red chimney on the western
It's
side.
like what happened at Pack Bowl.
Seek out the
Pack Bowl
man
was
who lives
fine.
Continue our conversation.
Quit holding out and get to the damn point.
You don't have to trust my words. Do you have any better options? Your choice. The customer is always right. After all.
Gluttony is just literally looking down on you.
This is a lie.
Right.
Joke.
Yeah, Tealings, that's a good point. That he just drops it. That is an interesting.
Yeah, I was fully
Way to
expecting
treat
it to
that.
shatter. Okay, so now I can open all of these doors. Crest fits decorated with a crest with 4 wings. God damn it. Okay, that one has 2 wings. That one has 4 wings. But let's, does he have a typewriter? He does have a typewriter. Let's re-up on some supplies here. So pipe bomb recipe, extra storage. I should be able to sell... Yes. Okay, so let's get rid of that.
It does indeed change some things, Toaster. It changes a couple of things.
And I am just like rolling in cash, so... And I'm playing on normal difficulty. I feel like it... I'm surprised with how much cash I've had on hand after completing the last dungeon. Maybe I went kind of extra and found more treasure, but...
Lucky Archer says, so you're rebuilding your daughter.
Mmm.
That's a very, very interesting take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now totally tracking that as this narrative goes on.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, and Toaster says that it doesn't change your objective to find out this information, but it doesn't alter it, which I agree with. I think it's interesting that they kind of morph the MacGuffin a little bit, because it's like you're no longer just searching for Rosemary. They give you some weird clue. You know, like, what the fuck is it? Wait, her head's in this thing?
Yeah, and we did just get 2 quests, one after the other. We were told that the mystery would be unlocked if we take the 4 crests, and we were also just told that if we get all the pieces of Rosemary, we can bring her back. which we got one after getting the after clearing the last boss, and so that wasn't the crest. So seeing how these two objectives interact will be interesting. Let's look at the map again.
And you had to do lady, tall lady.
Mm-hmm.
You had to do that one first. That was a requirement.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
This is fully linear. The only thing that hasn't been linear is the way in which I found those stone masts to get to the end of her zone. Let's see. Before I
Good to know.
continue,
So that means the vanity is always tied to the head of your daughter, which I think is interesting.
That is. See, I want to get down here, but this goddamn broken cart. How else does one? I'd have to like go all the way around. I want to see what's behind. There's this other iron insignia key. I'm assuming it's worth it because this is quite a trek they're setting us on. Okay, that actually made me jump. This game has been successful in its not the horror, but the jump scares, I guess. But I hate to use that term because it feels like it diminishes it.
Mm-hmm.
But the like genuine creativity of surprise encounters.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah,
What do we
you
got?
go
What do we got?
going to the head. That's an interesting take. And yeah,
So
I think that there's a grand significance in the like the division of the daughter character.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a pretty significant thing that they're trying to get across there.
Right, and I assume it'll pay off in some way.
It has to.
So we got a journal entry about our destination, adding to some foreboding. That's always good. And so that makes me think I'm progressing in a way I wasn't expecting. I should go back? Because maybe I am on the critical path when I thought I was doing a side activity. I should go back and check what's in that other room that I passed. I can find the door. There it is. Okay, so here's... I assume just with this statue was somewhere I'd already been, but I don't think so. Here's another spot for a crank. There's a basement to the building I was just in that I didn't see before. What do we got? Craftable stuff, a teddy bear. That's apparently a key item. There's something... There is some treasure in the fireplace, and looks to be it for here. Okay. So now, church is to the right, but I can't get that way, so I have to go through that house. Let's check up the graveyard and see what's going on. I never destroyed this goat.
That's a new sentence. I never destroyed this goat.
Yeah, I seem to have forgotten it. This is... So that's the church. I can get back in there. So I have been to this area before. Yeah, I remember. Okay. So... If that's the case, I'll check this house because it looks like there was an hidden object, something to do with here that I missed. It might just be that there's that drawer to lockpick, and I think I'm out of lockpicks. Where was it? Yeah, I'm out. Can I make one? No, but I can make a pipe bomb. Does that help? Okay. enough distractions as my frame rate tanks. Turns out streaming with OPS is a strain on your CPU. Could you imagine that, Dylan?
As it turns out, yeah.
Okay, I got everything in here. I've got this room. Nope, nothing. That's to the right, and I looked to the left like a jackass and got scared. What do we got? 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 Also, I would like to point out it's now daytime, like bright daytime.
Yeah, though I was going to talk about that a little bit from last week, which because I wanted to liken it a little bit to The Dark Knight. I don't know if
I just watched The Dark Knight.
so. There's a really interesting technique that storytellers will use, especially visual storytellers like film directors, game makers, that kind of thing. And one of the more famous examples is Dark Knight, where so you know when they're transporting I forgot his name, the lawyer guy. I know his bad guy name.
Harvey Dent, before
Harvey
he's
Dent.
Two-Face.
Yeah, so they're transferring Harvey Dent through the tunnel, right?
Right, in the most
And then-
gratuitous, what's it called?
Chasing.
Right, with just absurd collateral damage to set a
Yeah,
trap that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. But
Yeah.
they do all that. The thing that's really, really interesting about that scene, though, is that when they leave, it's daytime. When they leave the police station, it's daytime, right? They go into the tunnel.
Yeah, and they
and then
come
the
out
Joker,
and it's nighttime.
The Joker and his goons come in, and then they leave the tunnel and it's nighttime.
Wait a
That's
minute.
Super clever way to transition from day to night without anybody ever noticing.
Yeah.
See, I told you, narratives don't need to make sense.
No, you're absolutely right. That's like egregious, though. I never realized, and I like I said, I just watched.
It's
the
not
movie.
egregious. That's egregious is not the word. It's not a mistake. It was intentional.
Yeah. Yes.
They needed to move it tonight, and that was the easiest way to do it.
Right.
Just by far. And so, well, it wasn't even just the easiest. It was just the most effective way to do it. Just have them go underground and then have them come back up, and it's nighttime. I mean, I think it's just totally brilliant. Like,
So I thought I
you
was
can just
crazy,
do
but
that.
no, there's a tractor there. I'm not able to go where I want to go. It's interesting that actual keys and locks show up on the map, like gates that you can have a key to. But like I'm trying to go here to get around to this zone, but you can't access this zone because of that truck. So there is some mental mapping that they're having their players engage with that
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
It'd be interesting if the map was actually diegetic in this game. That would be.
Yes.
Because they.
I mean, it is
clearly
in the
they want-
sense where you literally find the key item, but then you open it up and it's this. It could look more hand-drawn, right? Like where Ethan's like making marks of things that happen. You know,
Yeah, I'm thinking,
icons can
like-
be hand-drawn and etc.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Far Cry 2 map. Or
Right.
Or like the map in what's that game? Firewatch. Like you,
Mhm.
like the character physically pulls the thing up.
Right.
Because it's clear that they want you to kind of be thinking as though you're actually looking at a map, right? Where you have to make assumptions based on incomplete knowledge.
Absolutely. And like also things like accessing your inventory, pulling up the map, right? It's a moment of reprieve, it's a pause screen.
Yeah.
You know, at some point during the game making process there was the consideration of whether or not
Right.
you
like,
would
leave
get to
that.
pause the game, because you got to think for a horror game what the effect of that is. Well, it gives the player a break and gets them to look at their stuff. But I've played
Yeah.
plenty of horror games where your inventory, your map, does not pause things. You are always vulnerable and having to look away to check where you are or make new bullets, etc.
Yeah, like Metro.
Right, like
the Metro
Metro. Exactly, leaves you open. And so that
Goat. I
is
just got
that is a
That is one.
really effective way to put you in the get here chicken. Put you in the shoes of the character.
Yeah. Yep, agreed.
Listen.
So we're in a cemetery right now, right?
We're at the church. I unlocked a door we couldn't get into earlier. Now I'm trying to get a chicken. Why can't I knife this chicken? Get back here.
Why are you trying?
Because I could kill fish, and I know that cooking is in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you cornered.
Dead Space is a fantastic example of diegetic material. Because that game does everything diegetic.
I always think Dead Space, whenever I think of how to make a horror game, Dead Space is the example. Just flat out.
Is Will-O-Wisp, like, really new? Did that just happen
I don't know.
as a follower? I don't think I remember that name, so... Thanks for the follow, Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah. I haven't checked to see if we missed any subs. We must have. Or followers, rather. Oh, cool. So I got this area, and it leads me to a locked door. But I got 2 chickens.
Neat.
It's locked from the other side.
I feel like we're playing Dark Souls right now.
No, for real. Okay, that bridge we were on earlier super felt like Dark Souls, where you see the arrows, right?
Yeah, right.
And you just need the wherewithal to know, okay, you're gonna get pelted with arrows right now.
Right.
So I need to find the house with the red chimney.
Indeed. Indeed you do.
Let's get it's not that. But those aren't crows, my friend. Let's see if I can get a better look. That's as much as I can zoom in. Yeah, those are those freaking gargoyle-y things. Hey, see its big tongue? It's coming for me. That one's a lot closer.
Weird that they're kind of hanging out above the...
Right.
like
I want to
house
see
that
what's
saved
over
people.
there. I think so. The one that burned.
Man, this whole game is just getting spoiled like a motherfucker for me right now. I have no idea about it.
Are you dead? Are you done? Okay, cool. Now here's the question. Can I find that enemy I dropped in this field? My guess is no. Was it here? Was it further away? Maybe that was a bad idea. Where are you? Yes, obscuring a player's vision with plants is an effective horror trope.
I'd say
There we go,
vision in
crystal
general
wing.
is just always good.
Most definitely, yeah. This was
Obscuring
a
senses.
previous
Just obscuring
location I
senses.
visited that has changed dramatically. There were not explosive rounds here. Uh-huh. Sweet. Oh yeah, okay, so that's the item from the first one I killed. I don't know if I can get inside this building, but I have the feeling that I'm never getting that. Which, come on, from a game design perspective, that sucks.
Yeah, you don't know. You might be able to get in there.
Yeah, there was some treasure. Okay, house with the red chimney. Where can I see it from here? Red chimney. Red chimney. Dylan, are you holding out on me? Do you know where it is?
Kidding me? I just got to Louise's house. I don't know shit.
That's not
No
the way
idea.
out. Way out was through here, isn't it?
I'm just trying to think of whether or not it would be a house that you've been to or not already.
It's a very good question. I'm going to, yeah, I was going to say I was going to retrace my steps, and, well, there it is. Okay. So the red chimney, here we are. Can I go through this gate here? No.
People don't give Ethan enough credit. There are a bunch of times where he turns around and saves himself, both in this one and the last game. He doesn't even give it a thought. What do you mean by that, Lucky Richard?
It's locked from the other side. Well, it's this house. Maybe this was the right way. So I'm over here now, and I have to get there. Come on. So I go
Where he
through
turns around
here.
and could save himself, both in this one and the last game. He doesn't even give it a thought.
Oh, like he
Oh, I
could
see,
leave,
see.
like his commitment to.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay, is it through this ruined house? No. So this is like, for progression, it is making me go back to the starting area. It is making me go back to where our quest began. Where I first entered just village.
Looks like this hub world is gonna have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think I can cut back through that house, but now I know I can blow this lock off, and I want to see where this leads. 'Cause this is a whole chunk of the map. Yeah, this little corner I haven't explored yet. Okay. Which is
And how
nice
it's-
about an interconnected map like this world, and Resident Evil's always done this, where, in Dark Souls 2 for that matter, where as you gain new abilities, new knowledge, new problem solving, you can revisit old areas and get rewards you missed. It's not
Classic
a one and done thing.
Metroidvania.
Right.
Classic Metroidvania. I wonder to know what.
Are you
people thought
seeing
about
this? Are you seeing this, Dylan?
that. Yeah. Look out the window. Pretty spooky.
Also some kind of horrible cyborg? I'm not going to look out the window.
Why?
I'm not going to do it.
The picture told you to.
Ooh, number. Oh! Damn it. I knew it was coming too. It's the audio cues, my friend. The audio cues. Same thing when you're in a dark theater and they just play a horrible music sting.
You
07, 04, 08? Or, well, that cuts it off in the frame. I'm using my problem solving skills. I'm a graduate student. 07, 04, 08. Let's go with that.
I think it's interesting. I was watching a video last night about. I think it was a Game Maker's Toolkit video.
Mhm.
But he kind of makes the claim that that Dark Souls is a Metroidvania,
Yeah.
and
Hey, a new pistol.
he phrased it like that would be a controversial opinion, and I was like, man, it seems
And a crank.
pretty obvious that it is.
Well, kind of along those lines, semi-automatic pistol, fully automatic handgun. Interesting. Along those lines, I'm a fan of The Escapist, and if you know Yahtzee and he has a series with Jack Packard from Red Letter Media. They were talking. They do. It's slightly Civil War. That's what the show is called. Also, I got a crank, so I assume I can open this now.
Yeah, there was also a tractor that you could winch up. I saw that earlier.
Right, and that was what was blocking my progression. So I think when I first went through this area, I didn't have a gun. Okay. Screw this.
You don't seem to gain enough abilities, though. Yeah, I guess that's true. You don't necessarily always use the abilities in Dark Souls to open up the new areas of the map. That's a good point.
Get off of me. Right, so along with that, they came up with the term recursive games. Also to get rid of Metroidvania and Souls-like. To not keep it too, because that's kind of a narrow... kind of a narrow term. Right. And like before it was FPS, it was Doom clone, right? So they're like, how do we operate a jacklift so it's not the crank, it's just for the tractor. So they're like, how do we improve this? So they came up with the word recursive, which is based on a recursive map design. So Metroidvania is gaining abilities, but it has a recursive map design, and so does the Soulsborne series, and to a degree, so does like this Resident Evil.
Yeah. I typically find this construction quite frustrating. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you?
Yeah, like people always talk about how brilliant it is to like discover new things about like the Dark Souls map, and I was like, what? I fucking hated that part. So I don't know. I hated it in Hollow Knight too.
Well, you're right, and like for me, it's something that can be too overwhelming. I get choice paralysis in a lot of open-ended games.
Yeah, I just hate
hey,
feeling like I'm going the
Gangam just
wrong way.
rated the channel with 7 viewers. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We are Neophyte Studios, if you don't know us. We're graduate students of fiction, and we play games and talk about them in terms of their literary merits or otherwise. And we're having a time with Resident Evil.
We are having a time. There are plenty of games. Toaster Struder says there are plenty of games that have elements that are common to particular kinds of games, but that also appear in many other games that fall outside those games. Yeah, absolutely. One, it's interesting because roguelike and roguelite genres are so all over the place now. Like a lot of people can't even tell the difference between the two.
Right. And I'm a huge roguelike fan, and even so, like, that map design can stress me out. The closest thing to a Metroidvania that I've ever actually enjoyed the whole way through without getting that sort of choice paralysis has been Dead Cells. Because Dead Cells, right, you open up a small kind of Metroidvania-y map, but it's compressed, and that's your floor, essentially, right, for that
Right.
that
Well, that
roguelike.
game's considered pretty roguelite, right?
Right, and hey, Lucky Archer, genres overlap, right, and that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. We're talking about like this open-ended map design.
These are, yeah, I recognize some of these names like Katie Saras and Gangnam Pete. Yeah.
Oh, where from? Are they from
Casper
our?
Jesus game.
Oh,
You're watching
well,
this play,
thank you,
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, welcome.
Happy to have you. Hope you enjoy the stream. Am I going the right way? Which way's the right way? I mean, it's not this way.
Like, I think it's good to have. an
Oh,
element
you will
of
not
exploration,
sneak up on me, dick.
But I don't like the idea of really long drawn out, feeling like I'm going the wrong way, and then having that feeling confirmed when I get absolutely pub stomped by the way too advanced enemies. Like in Dark
Right.
Souls.
And right, that's its own conversation, specifically like encounter design and how it does or does not reinforce a sense of exploration effectively. That's like its own own conversation. Both aspects have their merits. But yeah, no, I get you. And like Metroid Prime, I loved, but eventually I was just not solving puzzles in every game. I've tried all of them. I got pretty far, but eventually I'd hit a point where I'm not solving a puzzle, or it didn't feel worth it to go super far back. Okay, you're dressed like an orc, friend. You're wearing armor. Shotgun time.
Twister's Triggers says, I'll let you go ahead and fight this dude while I
Yeah,
get
I'm
back
gonna
to
use
the
a light bomb.
Yeah, you go
I
ahead
don't
and-
got time
you
for
go ahead and do
this.
that. But to get back to my previous point, Metroidvanias have doors that you unlock and backtrack to. That's an incredibly pivotal element of the subgenre, but it's also very common in other games, The Legend of Zelda, Resident Evil, and even Doom. Genres are a method of organization with the lines between them. Well, yeah, and I think that's what I think that's what a good game developer is trying to do anyway. The video that Two Lanks posted in the Discord recently about practical creativity and mashing up games and mashing up concepts to improve. I mean, this is a first-person shooting horror game with Metroidvania elements, and you know what I mean. Like, there's a lot of things going on here. So, it's the successful mashup of those things is very valuable.
Oh, cool. I can get in here now. Just the fact of having a gun as a new tool that can open all these locked gates, like, good on them for tying progression to your primary, like, gameplay mechanic of shooting.
Yeah, it's a taste thing. Nothing appeals to everyone. Absolutely. Yep.
Due to the Luther's long
100%.
absence of keeping hold
I
of
am
his
very
house,
attracted to the concept of the difficulty of Dark Souls, but in practice, I've always found that the difficulty is actually more tedious. That's the thing that's been interesting. And I know that people love it, and I admit that I think those games are brilliantly designed. I really do, and I really like Sekiro. I can't beat the damn game, but I really appreciate that game. I think it's like beautifully designed, and I think all the Dark Souls are beautifully designed. But for me, like, every time I have to fucking respawn on the high wall of Lothric and have to kill all those fucking dudes again, I don't know why that just irks me, but it does.
Right.
But I get why it's interesting. I totally get it, because it's a skill building thing, and I love fighting games.
Well, and
It's just
aside
like,
from the skill building aspect, and before you go off on a fighting game tangent, like,
Oh,
talk
I'm not.
about ludonarrative, right? It reinforces the feeling of the oppressive atmosphere of Dark Souls, right? Bloodborne, I will say, absolutely nailed it to a T, right? The way the environment transforms for the different sorts of horror, and achieving mastery over that environment isn't something that happens to as much as Dark Souls players like to boast about themselves. It's not something that happens in your first or even second playthrough. You get mastery over those environments when you're a hardcore player and you put too much time into the game, right? And so generally most players are never going to get that sense where they can, like, run through the game blindfolded. Most players are going to be in that brutal, oppressive, impossible odds situation that reinforces the themes of the game. And here's a well wheel. There we go.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. Because I see some of the things you're talking about, and I'm also, because it makes me think, like, from a design standpoint, I think, like, all those Soulsborne games are super brilliant. And I like even the enemy design, like when you get killed by an enemy in Dark Souls, they're totally indifferent. Like, they couldn't care less. They don't talk shit. They don't.
They're a
celebrate
force
or
of
anything.
nature. They're just kind of
just, like,
doing, and you
They're just
intruded
like,
on them.
and they keep, go on about what they do. And what I think is interesting is, like, I love a game like Hades, and I love Slay the Spire, and I love Driftlands, and I love those games. Those games were really, really fun, and I really liked
More chickens.
Binding of Isaac.
Dude, Binding of Isaac at one point in my life for a couple of years was my most played game until I played XCOM 2.
Right. Well, and those games are astoundingly difficult. Like,
right.
Astoundingly. Like, Hades is a very difficult game. Binding of Isaac is super duper difficult.
Binding Isaac is ridiculous. You should look at the Steam achievement stats sometime of who reaches heaven and hell, let alone clears them.
Well, and like, but the point I'm trying to make here is there's a meshing between these two types of games, right? Like, there's Dark Souls, and there's Hades, Binding of Isaac. They're still completely skill-based games, right? Like, it doesn't matter what gear you have in Dark Souls. if you're a really really skilled player, you can get through the game, right?
Mhm.
Like there are people who do runs where they don't take a single hit of damage
And they're
naked,
wearing like right, exactly.
you know
That's
what
what I
I
was
mean?
just gonna
So
say.
like these are
That like
these are skilled
describes
players who
like
can.
what my friends do for fun, and I'm like, you guys
Right.
are absolute lunatics.
So why is it, and this is the weird thing, why
Mhm.
is it that the Dark Souls difficulty pisses me off, but Hades I'm just like having a great time? I don't know. That's something I don't get.
Well,
But
Hades is less open-ended, you know, and you play fighting
Yeah.
games and it's isometric, but to a large degree it feels like it's on a 2D plane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, Street Fighter's like straight up 2D. I don't think I
Well,
wouldn't call
right,
it
right.
isometric.
Well,
but
Hades is isometric, but
oh,
a
I see,
lot
I
of the
see, I
time
see.
it feels like a fighting game because it's so like fighting game action adjacent. You know what I mean? How do I get into this goddamn house?
Okay, so I'm gonna read through some comments. I prefer difficulty
Yeah.
that's divided among smaller, more concentrated chunks that can be successfully done in just a bit of time.
Oh.
I think that might be the answer to the Hades question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Should I
because that makes
save?
sense. And then Tuling says he prefers to research the hell out of
Yeah,
the
I
game.
should save.
Difficulty in Dark Souls can be very much mitigated when you optimize your stats, and at some point this took the fun out of the game for me.
Yeah, my buddies have always told me like when I should try Dark Souls again. I should try Dark Souls again. Play it with magic. It makes it super easy and like stuff like that. Or there's a dex build or a strength build and junk like that. Why am I
Yeah.
getting lag? Is it because my cat started screaming? It's not my fault. She's just hungry. I'm literally getting 20 frames right now. I'm gonna save before my system blows up.
Yeah.
Are we done having a fit, PC? No, we're gonna go down to 18, 17 frames. Okay. Is it because smoking's bad?
Why is it dying?
I have no idea why the game's dying in front of me.
It's because it can't handle how much shit I'm talking about Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It thinks I'm wrong.
It knows we're not real gamers.
Right. Easily my favorite story with hyper challenging gameplay to it is Katana Zero, says Toaster Strong. I think, yeah, I really liked Katana Zero. I think you mentioned that game before, and that we ought to play it.
That's something that I'm surprised you haven't played, Dylan.
I have played it.
You have, okay.
It's really good. I really enjoy that game. Hades at least rewards you with story and character interactions. Yeah, rather than setting you to 0. But yeah, it's a taste thing. Two links. I feel like Dark Souls is difficult largely due to the fact that stats aren't very well communicated to you rather than
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also think that it's not simply a stats thing because like fighting those dudes in Dark Souls 3, like literally one of the very non-challenging mini bosses. The dudes that just have like more armor and and their attacks. There's something about those guys that just like the timing of that really screws with my head. And then when I die, I go down the path of frustration. I don't know.
Right. Okay, so like I'm not about to like use a calculator right now to figure out the difference in DPS, but here's a nice trade-off. So I was like, oh god, did I overinvest in the original handgun? Well, no, it caps at 150 at least for now in damage. This fully automatic has like half the ammo capacity and slightly slower freaking reload speed, but like by 0.2 seconds. But it's that ammo capacity getting like kneecapped, but that might just be because I've got the mod for it, and my kitty will not stop screaming.
It's interesting because I can't hear it.
Oh, that's good. I've got
I just hear like everyone like
doing its job. Well, here she is. Bonnie, do you want to say hi? Are you
Every bit of Dark
hungry?
Souls is a time commitment. You don't just sit down to play Dark Souls. You sit down to play Dark Souls like you sit down to watch a movie. On the other hand, you sit down to play Hades like you sit down to watch a few episodes of a TV show.
Also, Toaster, right? Game balance, right? You get the trade-off. It's a nice second pistol. Hi.
Interesting.
Oh,
It's
thank
an
you,
interesting,
Lucky Archer.
very interesting discussion about game
Go.
mechanics.
Be off. Go on your way. Or hang out. That's fine too. Whatever you want. I'm not going to make this decision of how to spend the rest of my cash. I think we're going to call it. Also because my rig is apparently melting for some reason.
Well, we're gonna have to continue this discussion in some capacity. I mean, maybe not this stream, but in the next stream.
Mhm.
Ever since I've seen that video that Tooling sent about practical
It's
truths
cat
and how
hour.
to design games, my
Mhm.
brain shut down. It's like all I'm thinking about is that and playing Factorio. And
Right.
It's just that and Factorio.
Yeah. Well, and I want to revisit or keep going with Resident Evil. It's nice having you here for the conversation. Because, like, my critical literary analysis ability gets absolutely kneecapped while I'm playing this game.
Yeah, it takes a lot of focus.
It
I've
takes
noticed
so much
when I've
focus.
been the gamer on
Mhm.
stream, like Kenshi, there was kind of a lot of downtime because you just kind of sit there and
Right.
watch your character do stuff. Um, but yeah, this game is very. You have to. There's a lot of. It's hard to talk when you're doing stuff.
No, it
Sorry.
is. Every streamer that does it more successfully than I, it's very impressive. I do want to say again, thank you for rating the stream. Thank you,
Oh yeah, that
everybody
was
who
awesome.
stuck
Yeah,
around
thanks.
till the end here. Follow us. Follow us and know when we're going to be doing stuff like this. We stream with Dylan and I, at least, as writers every Wednesday, same time, same place. We have Scientists Play with Seasick Finch, and we have Historians Play
Every other
every
Monday.
other Monday. Thank you. Yeah. Also, everything is uploaded to our YouTube channel. You can find it as well through Neophyte Studios. And if you have the time or interest in playing like awesome indie games you won't find anywhere else, check out our itch.io game jam, Neophyte Studios Narrative Game Jam. You'll
Yeah, there's some super good stuff.
there, no, this is our third one. We're doing it every other month. The
No, every month.
entries every month. Did we decide every month? That's awesome. So our entries are some heavy hitters this time. We got 12 entries, 63 participants. So get in there. Check out the games. We'll be playing them on stream next week. Is that the
Yes.
plan? Next week.
Yeah, so the voting for the
Mm.
game jam, and I opened it up to the public because in an effort to try and figure out why nobody could vote on the game jam.
Right. So
The
it's
game
just
jam
like an
games.
external
So
link.
you can go to
Yeah.
our itch page. You can play 11 games that were submitted that are narrative focused. Then there's a ranking system that you can go through, and if you want, you can join our Discord so that you can get the updates there because we're probably going to start up another game jam soon. But the voting for this game jam ends on the 22nd of May, which is Sunday.
I want to say it's Saturday.
Let me click the calendar button. Saturday.
Yeah.
So it ends this Saturday to vote for the game jam games. So once those are voted on, we will put the results together. It doesn't really matter this time because we only got 11 entries. So I figured it would be kind of shitty of us to not include the 11th entry. So we'll play the 11th entry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we'll do probably 5 next week and then 6 the following week, or however it works out. And we'll play those, and then we'll take like another week or 2 break where we play normal games again, like Resident Evil, and then we'll go back to the game jam.
Sounds good.
Fire up the next game jam. And I think I want to do a shorter game jam this time, like a much shorter development window, much shorter.
Yeah, announcing
not a
the
week.
topics and everything. Are the game jams uploaded to your YouTube channel? They are. So everything
Yes.
we do on this channel, all of our VODs get uploaded to our YouTube, so you can watch our playthroughs of the older games. You can watch our shows, the other shows that are archived. You can also see stuff because Neophyte Studios is a part of the Southern Illinois University Creative Writing Graduate Program. So we've done some thesis defenses, if you ever wanted to know what a thesis defense looks like.
Fine.
Yeah, we've got Dylan's, we have Mandy's too. Up on our YouTube channel.
Mandy's or Liz's?
Or Liz, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mandy graduated.
Yeah, I got confused. I haven't seen everyone in 2 years, so forgive
Yeah,
me.
sure.
there were two people I thought were cool besides Dylan, and now they're both gone.
Yep,
Um,
I'm gone. But you still see me every Wednesday.
which is such a treat. We also have the graduate. What was it?
Gala.
The gala, where we have readings from all of our grads. So if you want to see Dylan's fiction
A super shitty reading that I did. Yep.
and his game as well is available on itch.io, isn't it?
Indeed, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, and more importantly, the game that I wrote and Two Links made into a reality through magic and sweat
Yeah.
is in the game jam, so you can go play that, that game is killer. I fucking love that game.
Honestly.
But all the game jam games are sick. I've enjoyed all of them. I've withheld from voting for a little while because I'm probably gonna play them all again.
Yeah.
But But yeah, I'm super impressed with the games. I can't believe that we got that on our third try. The narratives
Yeah.
are great. Like genuinely, they're so good. I'm so happy.
And just seeing how our community that's submitted to all three games has developed, it's impressive. We chat with them
Yeah, it's
about
nuts.
writing advice, scenes, other narrative games, and our streams as well. They always get in here. Yeah, I'm really proud of what we did. I'm really proud of everyone who made a game. God damn it! People
Cool.
don't just do
Super
that.
cool.
That's amazing. It's
Super
fantastic.
cool. But
So-
I wanted to ask Toaster Shooter a question real quick. There are 12 entries? Because I swear I counted it like 100 times and there's 11.
I saw 12.
Where's
Just
the
today.
12th one? What is
I
the
don't know.
12th?
Maybe for some reason it doesn't count yours in like the notification it gives you.
It doesn't count the what?
It doesn't count yours in the notifications it
Mine's
gives you.
there. I can see it.
Hmm.
Or not mine. Two links is.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not seeing the 12th one. It says 12 entries, but I'm
Yeah.
not seeing the 12th entry.
Weird. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this Phantom
2,
game.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I only see
Honestly, this is spookier than anything in Resident Evil.
Absolutely. You can see 12 on the page?
Maybe
let's talk in the Discord.
something
We'll talk in
weird
the Discord.
happened. I don't know. But anyway, we've dragged out this outro for long enough.
Yeah,
We've
we'll
mentioned
talk
all
about
of our
this in the
stuff, but like anyone who's not familiar, check out our YouTube, hop in our Discord. We'd love to chat.
Links all there.
Links on Twitch, links on YouTube, links on Discord.
Oh yeah, it's meshing. It's like Hades and Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm. You can
Alright,
also
goodbye.
find us on Google. We're on like the top page. I kill this. I'm great at social media. Bye.
Yes, you are, Matt.